All right, let's dive deep into this Yankees saga, because honestly, this season has been one roller coaster after another. We all know the New York Yankees are a team loaded with history, expectations, and pressure like no other, but 2025 has thrown a lot at them, and it hasn't exactly been smooth sailing. The Yankees managed to snag that crucial win against the Minnesota Twins in Game 1, a much-needed boost for a squad desperate to ignite some momentum. But beneath that victory lies a swirling storm of controversy, frustration, and serious questions about the direction of the team, especially revolving around their manager, Aaron Boone. Boone's name has been echoing louder and louder in fan circles, with calls for his dismissal getting harder to ignore. This season started off with big hopes, but instead, it quickly turned into a disappointment from day one. Injuries sure have played a part, and no one can control that, but it's the underperformance from both star players and new acquisitions that has really raised eyebrows. People are pointing fingers in all directions, but it's clear the hot seat is getting hotter under Boone. His managerial decisions, some downright controversial, have become a center of debate, especially after the infamous moment in 2024 when he handed the ball to Nestor Cortes in Game 1, which ended with a walk-off grand slam by Freddie Freeman. That single play shifted the entire series, and it still haunts Yankees fans. And now, a former player who actually played under Boone, Clint Frazier, stepped forward to add fuel to the fire. Frazier didn't hold back, basically saying that if the Yankees decide to fire Boone, it won't be just him leaving. There's a whole network behind the scenes that would have to go as well. According to Frazier, Boone is more like a mouthpiece for deeper issues within the organization. That statement throws a whole new light on the situation because it suggests that Boone might not be the sole architect of what's happening on the field. It hints at bigger problems lurking beneath the surface, involving the analytics team and possibly other staff members who shape game day decisions. And speaking of analytics, this has been a hot topic with the Yankees for years now. The organization's obsession with numbers and data is well known. Some might say it's the new Yankee way. Fans have mixed feelings about this approach. On one hand, it brings precision and strategy, but on the other, it sometimes feels like it complicates simple decisions and removes the human touch from a game. Boone has been in the thick of it, constantly trying to align his lineup choices with what the analytics suggest. It's not always popular, and there have been moments where fans just wanted straightforward, common-sense decisions instead of trying to be the smartest person in the room. Frazier's remarks really make you think about how much control Boone actually has. Is he making these calls independently, or is he simply following a formula handed to him by the front office's analytical brains? This raises questions about accountability. If the team's strategy is dictated by a collective vision rather than a single manager's instincts, who really bears the blame when things go wrong? This is exactly why Boone's position feels so precarious right now. Looking at Clint Frazier's career provides an interesting backdrop to all this. While he might not have become a superstar, his journey with the Yankees is tied to a period when the team was trying to rebuild and find its new core. Coming from a trade with the Cleveland Guardians, Frazier was seen as a potential piece in the puzzle alongside players like Gleyber Torres, Aaron Judge, and Gary Sanchez. Some of those guys blossomed into stars, Judge obviously being the standout, but Frazier never quite reached the heights everyone hoped for. Despite that, his perspective carries weight because he's been inside that clubhouse, seen the dynamics up close, and experienced Boone's leadership firsthand. What makes his comments even more compelling is the way he frames Boone's firing as not just a managerial change, but a possible shakeup of the entire organizational culture. It hints at frustrations with how decisions are made from the top down, with analytics perhaps overriding the traditional baseball instincts that many fans crave. The Yankees' commitment to this analytic-heavy approach has been clear since Boone's contract extension after their World Series run in 2024. Yet here they are, halfway through 2025, looking at a season that feels wasted, especially with Aaron Judge at the peak of his powers. You can't afford to coast in this league, and the fact that teams like Boston and Toronto are catching fire while New York lags behind only adds to the pressure. The calls for Boone's firing have never been louder, and the debate is fierce. But before jumping on the bandwagon, it's worth considering the other side of the coin, the alternatives the Yankees had when they chose Boone back in 2018. One name that comes up a lot is Rob Thomson, who many insiders say was the top choice among players after Joe Girardi was let go. Thomson has since gone on to carve out an impressive managerial career with the Philadelphia Phillies, making multiple playoff appearances and even reaching the World Series in his first year. Comparing Boone and Thomson highlights some fascinating contrasts. Boone had no prior managerial or coaching experience when he took the job, yet the Yankees trusted him due to his deep ties to the organization as a former player. Thomson, on the other hand, came with more experience and had the backing of the clubhouse. This decision to pick Boone over Thomson has been second-guessed a lot as the 2025 season unfolds. Thomson's success makes you wonder if the Yankees might have missed an opportunity to have a more seasoned hand leading their team, someone who could perhaps better balance the traditional aspects of baseball with modern analytics. Boone has struggled to light a fire under this squad, and his repetitive messaging lately hasn't helped his case. The team needs a spark, and fans are desperate for signs that Boone could deliver that. So where does this leave the Yankees? It's a moment of reckoning. The front office is facing tough questions about their faith in analytics versus traditional leadership, about how much control a manager should wield, and whether Boone is the right person to navigate these challenges. The fans are restless, the players underperforming, and the pressure mounting with every passing game. The legacy of this season will be defined not just by wins and losses, but by how the Yankees respond to this internal turmoil. As the saga continues, it will be fascinating to see if the Yankees stick with Boone and their analytic-heavy approach, or if they decide to shake things up, maybe even turning to someone like Thomson or another candidate who could bring a fresh perspective. The stakes could not be higher, especially with the talent on this roster and the expectations that come with wearing the pinstripes. Every move, every decision now feels like it carries the weight of the franchise's future. The pressure on Aaron Boone has been mounting relentlessly, and the 2025 season is shaping up to be a true test of his leadership and adaptability. Despite the Yankees' storied history and immense talent on the roster, the results on the field haven't matched expectations, and the scrutiny around Boone's role has never been more intense. Fans and analysts alike are dissecting every managerial decision, wondering if the man at the helm truly has what it takes to steer this iconic franchise back to its winning ways. What complicates the situation further is the tangled relationship between Boone and the Yankees' analytical team. This group, often operating behind the scenes, has had significant influence on the team's strategy and lineup configurations. While advanced metrics and data analytics have revolutionized the way baseball is played, there's an ongoing debate about whether the Yankees have gone too far in handing over too much control to numbers rather than intuition. Boone, as the manager, finds himself caught between trusting the data-driven approach and managing the human elements of the team, personalities, morale, and the unpredictability that makes baseball so captivating. This tension is palpable every time Boone steps up to the microphone. His explanations for lineup changes or pitching moves sometimes come across as rehearsed or overly technical, lacking the kind of fiery passion that fans want to see from a manager fighting for every win. The repetitive word salad, as some have called it, doesn't help to inspire confidence. Instead, it feeds the narrative that Boone is more of a figurehead than a true leader, simply implementing a plan designed by others rather than making gutsy calls on his own. That perception has been damaging, especially when the team is struggling. Clint Frazier's comments about Boone being the mouthpiece for a larger organizational system only deepen this impression. It's a subtle acknowledgement that Boone's decisions may not be entirely his own, and that the Yankees' front office and analytics department wield considerable power behind the curtain. This dynamic raises questions about accountability and whether Boone can truly rally the players and take full responsibility for the team's performance. When things are going well, it's easy to praise the manager, but when the season starts to slip away, all eyes turn to him. Yet his hands may be tied by the very structure that hired him. Looking at the players themselves, there's no denying the Yankees have plenty of talent. Aaron Judge, arguably in his prime, carries the hope of leading this team to glory. However, baseball is a team sport, and it requires contributions from everyone. Unfortunately, many of the high-profile acquisitions haven't lived up to their contracts or expectations this year. Whether it's due to injuries, slumps, or just plain inconsistency, these underperformances weigh heavily on the team's overall results. In these moments, the manager's role becomes crucial. It's up to Boone to figure out how to get the most out of his roster, adjusting strategies and fostering an environment where players can thrive. The fanbase's impatience is understandable. The Yankees have a legacy of chasing championships, and with the prime years of their stars ticking away, time is of the essence. The frustration is amplified by the way teams like Boston and Toronto have surged ahead in the division, creating a sense that the Yankees are being left behind despite their resources and reputation. The chorus of "Fire Boone" chants that have grown louder over the course of 2025 reflects this collective yearning for change, for someone who can ignite that spark and turn the season around. Yet, when you peel back the layers, the decision to hire Boone in 2018 wasn't made lightly. The front office opted for a fresh face with deep ties to the Yankees organization. Boone's lack of prior managerial experience was seen as a potential downside, but his history as a player and his familiarity with the team culture were viewed as assets. Comparisons to Rob Thompson, who is reportedly the clubhouse favorite and has since achieved notable success with the Phillies, cast a shadow over Boone's appointment. Thompson brought a different style, more traditional perhaps, and a track record that suggested readiness for the big job. In hindsight, the Yankees' gamble on Boone's inexperience might be part of the reason the team is facing such turmoil. His tenure has been marked by moments of brilliance, but also costly mistakes and puzzling choices. It's clear that managing a club of this magnitude requires not just knowledge of the game, but also the ability to navigate complex personalities, media pressure, and the evolving role of technology and analytics. Boone's struggles highlight how difficult that balancing act can be, especially in an environment as demanding as New York. Adding to the complexity is the evolving identity of the Yankees as an organization. The push towards embracing analytics signals a shift in baseball philosophy that isn't always smooth. Traditional fans sometimes resist these changes, craving the emotional highs and lows that come from trusting a manager's gut. The Yankees must reconcile their embrace of data with the human side of the game, leadership, motivation, and the unpredictable magic that happens on the diamond. Boone's challenges underscore this broader tension, as he tries to satisfy both the front office's data-driven expectations and the need to connect with players and fans on a deeper level. Meanwhile, the players themselves are under immense pressure. Aaron Judge's prime years demand that the team be competitive, but baseball is a long season full of ups and downs. Injuries and slumps are inevitable, but how the team responds is what defines them. Boone's ability to manage through adversity, to make tough lineup decisions, and to keep morale high will be critical in the coming weeks and months. The season is slipping away, and the margin for error is razor thin. The future of Boone's tenure may hinge on whether he can ignite that fire under the team. The Yankees need a spark, whether it's tactical brilliance, motivational leadership, or a combination of both. The fans are eager to see changes that translate to wins, and the pressure on Boone to deliver is immense. The front office will be watching closely, weighing the cost of sticking with him versus the potential benefits of a managerial shakeup. Looking beyond Boone, the Yankees face bigger questions about their long-term strategy. Will they continue to lean heavily on analytics, or will they seek a more balanced approach that respects traditional baseball wisdom? How will they develop and integrate young talent to support their stars? The answers to these questions will shape the franchise's trajectory for years to come. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. Whispers around the New York Yankees locker room have grown louder after star first baseman Anthony Rizzo reportedly expressed deep frustration with his current situation, reportedly stating, "They don't value me here." Sources close to the team suggest this outburst marks a turning point in what has been a tense relationship between Rizzo and the Yankees front office. The buzz around the league indicates that the veteran player feels increasingly underappreciated despite his consistent performance and leadership role. Insiders speculate that Rizzo's dissatisfaction stems from a combination of contract negotiations, playing time concerns, and a perceived lack of recognition for his contributions both on and off the field. This atmosphere of unrest has caused murmurs among fans and analysts alike, who wonder if a mid-season trade or a shift in team dynamics might be on the horizon. The pressure cooker environment in New York is well known, and Rizzo's candid comments could be a signal of deeper issues within the clubhouse that have yet to surface publicly. The Yankees, known for their relentless pursuit of excellence, may now face a new challenge in managing the morale of one of their key veterans, potentially altering the course of their season. The ramifications of this tension could ripple through the roster, affecting team chemistry and performance in ways only time will reveal. While the Yankees have remained tight-lipped, sources close to the team hint at ongoing discussions behind the scenes aimed at resolving the brewing conflict before it escalates further. Speculation is rife that Anthony Rizzo's recent frustrations could lead to significant changes within the Yankees lineup or even their management approach. Industry insiders suggest that his declaration of feeling undervalued might not be an isolated sentiment, but reflective of broader dissatisfaction among some players regarding the team's handling of contracts and roles. The timing of Rizzo's remarks adds fuel to the fire, coinciding with critical moments in the season when performance and morale are under intense scrutiny. Some analysts believe that this could be a strategic move by Rizzo or his representatives to leverage negotiations for better terms or more prominent status within the organization. Others view it as a genuine cry for acknowledgement and respect from an athlete who has long been a cornerstone of the team's defensive and offensive efforts. The possibility that the Yankees might consider trading Rizzo has entered the rumor mill, with several teams reportedly expressing interest in acquiring the seasoned first baseman. This potential move could shake up the American League East standings and reshape the Yankees' approach to the remainder of the season. Fans are divided, with some empathizing with Rizzo's desire for greater appreciation, while others question whether this public airing of grievances is the right move at such a pivotal time. What remains clear is that the New York Yankees are at a crossroads, balancing the need to maintain a winning culture while addressing the very real human elements that drive player satisfaction and team cohesion. Amidst the swirling rumors, questions abound about how the Yankees management will respond to Anthony Rizzo's outspoken comments, and whether they will take proactive steps to mend a relationship. There is growing chatter that the front office might initiate internal talks to reaffirm Rizzo's value to the team, possibly including a contract extension or renegotiation aimed at solidifying his future in New York. Alternatively, some insiders suggest that the organization might opt for a quieter approach, addressing the situation privately without public acknowledgement to avoid further media scrutiny. This uncertainty only intensifies the speculation that the Yankees could be gearing up for a mid-season shakeup, particularly if the clubhouse atmosphere remains strained. Additionally, there are murmurs about potential shifts in coaching strategies to better utilize Rizzo's skills or to boost overall team morale. The complexity of managing a high-profile team in one of the sport's most demanding markets adds layers to this evolving story. Observers note that Rizzo's leadership extends beyond his on-field play, influencing younger players and setting standards in the clubhouse, which makes any discord more impactful than a simple contract dispute. As this drama unfolds, the New York baseball scene is abuzz with theories on how this might affect the Yankees' pursuit of a postseason berth, with some predicting that a resolution could either galvanize the team or deepen existing divides. The ongoing saga highlights the delicate balance between individual player aspirations and collective team goals in a high-stakes sporting environment. The ripple effects of Anthony Rizzo's frustration are being felt far beyond the Yankees clubhouse, with sport commentators and analysts debating the potential outcomes of this brewing conflict. There is a growing narrative that this incident could serve as a catalyst for broader changes within the organization, including shifts in leadership philosophy and player management strategies. Some experts argue that Rizzo's candidness might inspire other players to voice their own concerns, potentially triggering a wave of demands for better treatment or clarity regarding their roles. The media frenzy surrounding this story has intensified, with speculation about potential trade destinations for RIZZO circulating in baseball circles. Teams looking to bolster their lineup have reportedly been monitoring the situation closely, weighing the benefits and risks of acquiring a player who might be motivated to prove his worth elsewhere. On the flip side, critics question whether the Yankees are prepared to handle the fallout if RIZZO's unhappiness persists, especially during such a critical phase of the season. The balance between keeping star talent satisfied and maintaining a cohesive team dynamic is delicate, and any misstep could have lasting consequences for the franchise. Meanwhile, fans remain divided, some expressing frustration with the front office's approach, while others call for patience and trust in the organization's long-term vision. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.